How's it going, guys? Brett Medlock here today with my fellow Nintendo enthusiast, all the way from the Nintendo Enthusiast website, John Frisia. You've been playing Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory from Square Enix and Indie Zero, I believe the developer's name is.
That is right.
They did Theater Rhythm on Nintendo DS.
Yeah. And all of the previews going into this, like the videos and whatnot, like they were really saying how this isn't just a rhythm game. Like this is an action rhythm game.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to add in my intro. This is a rhythm action game.
Right. Action. And honestly, even when I had the fortune to do an interview with the devs not too long ago, and they were pushing that it's an action rhythm game.
Is it? Is it actually?
It kind of is. Like, kind of. Like, I really thought it was gonna be just like this, like, silly, like, buzzword gimmick that they invented for the game. But, and I mean, alright, a little bit it is. But, there's, like, it feels like action. So, like, in the game, like, the button that you'd use for the attack in Kingdom Hearts, it's still that same button here. And the button for jumping is still the same button in this game. And the button for magic is the button here. And it feels the same, except now you're doing it all to, like, a rhythm.
Interesting.
But they're all good songs. I honestly didn't recognize most of them, but they're great songs. The thing that actually impressed me the most about this demo was actually how good a job they did with managing the difficulty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is, it's kind of like a weird thing to comment on because you don't think about it much, but they did such a good job that it's the thing that really stuck out to me. So, the game has 3 difficulties: beginner, standard, and proud, meaning like easy, normal, hard. And these days, including in Kingdom Hearts, when you pick standard, the normal mode, you still expect it to be easy, because that's just kind of what's happened to video games these days.
Totally.
But in this game, like, the difficulties mean what they say. Like, beginner, it's not like brain dead, you're guaranteed to win. It's just, it is easy. It's easy, which is what it's supposed to be. Meanwhile, proud, the hard difficulty, like, it has an actual challenge. It has a bite. The last level included in the demo is, like, very obviously the hard one. And when you do it on proud, like, I lost several times in a row. And I was pretty good at Theat Rhythm back in the day, but so, like, it was humbling to lose a few times in a row, and it felt really good when I beat it. On top of that, there's even more. So, like, you can pick your difficulty, and that's fine, but on top of whatever difficulty you've picked, there's then this thing called style. So, most people are gonna just leave the style to normal and be done with it, and that's fine. But, for, like, super beginners or people with, like, disabilities that could really use the extra accessibility, there's a style called one button mode, and everything is the same about the difficulty you've chosen. It's just that now everything is done with one button. So, like, attack is one button, jump is the same button, magic is the same button. The thing is, what's funny is, because I thought it was going to be so easy, I picked the hardest level on the hardest difficulty for one button, and I still managed to screw up and lose.
That's insane.
Yeah, I lost. Like, so it's, I love that too. Like, so, like, if you're disabled and you have a hard time hitting, like, 50 buttons at once, like, one button is a viable option to, like, get, like, a solid gameplay experience, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then finally, the last style is called Performer. And it just takes everything you're already doing and makes it even harder by adding new button inputs. So, like, all of a sudden you're using, like, I want to say 4 or 5 new buttons that you weren't using before, and it doesn't give you as much of a heads up about when you need to hit them either. So it's like the super expert mode for, like, the most hardcore rhythm players.
Awesome. Now, what would you closely compare it to?
I mean,
is it like a brand new gameplay experience?
It's a revolution, baby! Well, I honestly, I don't play, like, a ton of rhythm games. I've played Theat Rhythm, I've played the Persona rhythm games on, like, PSP and PS4. There is a little bit of that Persona flavor, but at the end of the day, I think I'd still say it's closest to Theat Rhythm. Like, you see what's coming, and you gotta just hit the note at the right time. But it's fun, and, like, the action aspect, it really feels different.
Awesome. Is there any other bullet points you wanted to go over?
Well, There is a co-op option, but unfortunately in these trying times in which we live, I do not have another human with which to try out that co-op. So I can't really comment on if that suddenly like destroys the frame rate or something, but everything I played was very solid, so I have a hunch it would just be like even better.
Awesome. And this is a full-blown story game, but unfortunately the demo that you got your hands on did not feature any of the story stuff, right?
Right, yeah. It's track selection, 4 songs, take it or leave it. There's no world tour, there's no versus battles, there's no museum. Those will all be in the final game.
Yeah.
But I just get to see them dark, like dark on a menu.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that you did play the PS4 version. We have not played the Switch version, unfortunately.
That is right, yes.
Okay, so in terms of graphics, does it look similar to Kingdom Hearts 3? Does it look a step up? How you feel about that?
So again, the levels, the songs that were included were only for the first Kingdom Hearts and Birth by Sleep.
Oh wait, so you're just talking about the demo, right?
Yeah, just the demo.
Okay.
So, but the reason I bring up specifically the demo levels is because the backgrounds you see, the enemies you face, it's based on what you're playing.
Oh, okay. So you haven't gotten to see the Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds yet.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how far they're gonna go with translating that Kingdom Hearts 3 style. I can just say that Kingdom Hearts, the first one, it looks like Kingdom Hearts. Because that's what you're expecting to see. And Birth by Sleep, I mean, that was, gosh, it's been so long now, but that was a PSP game. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's not tasking the hardware, and I have a hunch it's not going to task the Nintendo Switch hardware either. In fact, maybe aside from like some frame rate differences, I can't imagine, based on what I've seen, that the Nintendo Switch version would need like big graphic concessions.
Yeah.
Because this is not hardcore stuff.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if this is a doorway to get a mainline Kingdom Hearts game on Switch.
Like, that would be awesome, but my own interview with Tetsuya Nomura said otherwise.
Oh, jeez.
through his translator, in fact, Nintendo Enthusiast broke the story. We broke that story that.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, that there are currently no more plans for additional Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch.
Come on.
But there might maybe be more Tetsuya Nomura games in the works for Switch, and he couldn't go any further than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, better than nothing.
I am actually a lot more impressed with this game than I thought I would be. I can't imagine anyone who loves rhythm games or Kingdom Hearts music being disappointed with this game.
Well, thanks for coming on the channel. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is coming out November 11th on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya.
See ya, guys.